You know how the almost 15% of the disabled population is in underdeveloped and rural areas, and educational environment is very important for the autistic children. But the importance of inclusivity is less compared to the urban areas. My design proposal for the project will respond to SDG4 quality education and SDG10 reduced inequality, with design proposal to promote awareness of proper educational learning environment for children with learning disability within an inclusive special design of schools playground in low income regions of South Africa. The stakeholders of this proposal will be South African government, educational facilities, South African development communities, and the South African educational projects. Educational facilities like school and universities need a special approach to provide a productive learning environment. The right environment can give a child learning opportunities. Architects and designers have a responsibility to provide space that is inclusive for all students without discrimination. Providing an inclusive environment for students with different special needs and also to the marginalized student with the same quality education should not be ignored to create powerful demographics of equal education. The study by Ezel says that children with the intellectual disabilities mostly suffer from social interaction deficiency and uncooperative behavior. ASD children typically struggle with the fine motor skills and have a different approach to understanding information. The Secretariat of African Decade of Persons with Disabilities shows that the SADC region has limited inclusive quality education. The research shows several challenges such as lack of awareness and negative attitude towards disability, less inclusive environment development and implementation of flexible curriculum. The initiative to educate children with all abilities in the inclusive environment will assist to create a powerful demographics in the regional area of South Africa and even in other low-income regions. In my design proposal, I will be concentrating on developing an area or space with effective equipment that can be used by children with any disabilities or abilities to gain sensory information and grow together physically and psychologically. South Africa has an abundant amount of natural resources in vast nature that can be used as local material to create a sensory experience cost effectively and sustainably in familiar environment. The therapeutic part of the multisensory natural approach in the spatial design of playgrounds inclusive to all children will be beneficial to improving cooperation behavior as observed by the Hebert while working with the autistic children in outdoor classroom sessions. These design experience include 3D modeling of spatial design, sketching, and storyboarding. The design proposal will be directed towards driving changes in user behavior by creating an inclusive environment for children that will improve positive autism impacts that can benefit all children, eliminating discrimination in children, as well as take into account a sustainable conceptual framework that addresses economic, social, environmental, and cultural sustainability and ethical factors. Gibbon landscape architects are known for their work in building for educational movement for special needs schools where they design inclusive play equipments that can be used equally by all ability children and caregivers. They design different play equipments and spaces that engage children in physical and intellectual activities. Everyone's special needs and social needs are also considered. Gibbon have developed a playful and purposeful playground while working closely with the special needs schools. Social sensory architecture project by Sean Alkist is a sensory structure that creates therapeutic activities for children with ASD. The playscape is made from the fabric that creates immersive experience. The project addresses the issue regarding the amount of force applied, which is very common in ASD, and testified to the connections between fine motor skills. In the development technical era, multisensory media should be seen as a therapeutic and fun way to develop ordinary and unordinary experiences. kindergarten school in regional Ghana's Kia district was built as a prototype for a sustainable and low-cost structure, as multiple low-income villages across South Africa and around the world lack the appropriate structure for schools, leading to a lack of availability of inclusive education. So this project was an initiative to create a new building with the help of community from the start. The school has a metal sloping roof to collect rainwater for reuse. To create an acoustic experience inside the room, coconut husk fibers were used between the roof, which dampened the noise from the rain. The windows made with the slanted bamboo pieces will let in enough amount of light and ventilation during hot and humid months. Locally, source mud bricks have been used for walls which were proved stronger than the concrete. By evaluating the project with Aspire, a software tool that assists the sustainability of structure. Escape pod is a place for children to respite due to overstimulation. This pod can be made from mud and wire mesh combined with the bricks. This escape pod will have different textures inside and outside, and it will be easy to access for all ability children. The inside will be lightened with the skylight created at the roof. Children will feel close contact from small pouches created inside the pod. This idea is supposed to use by all children whenever they want to play and even to meditate. The elevated tree camp will create close natural contact to calm nerves. The raised platform will be accessible with platform. On each part, there will be different stimulating objects that can be interacted with using wood and bamboo for the main structure and different materials available in nature and recycled products. This will create open space for flexibility of space and this proposal can be used for creativity as well as education. The multisensory garden will work as a prototype to be used at a low-income regions of sensory experience of children. From entering inside the garden, there will be a different stimulating objects like textured pathway, water installations made with bamboos and herbal plant to stimulate olfactory senses. Simultaneously educate the children about gardening and poultry farming. The design focuses on different essential elements and using not only a reduced, a restricted or repetitive behavior of autism spectrum but also to educate them. Multisensory based design strategies and universal design environment that can help all children to improve themselves by improving the participation should be developed and adapted in all schools. Creating playground will make the schools more effective regarding the social education. The inclusive design of school playground is essential part as it will increase the amount of children getting proper education. But to design a proper space, I need to work closely with the opinions of autistic people. I have referenced multiple research paper about ASD, but the cultural part of the South Africa is also a part of design. Hence, to solve the entire problem, I will need to work on creating multiple models according to the cultural context to spread awareness in community and help school to achieve the inclusive environment.